I'm back. It's been a while since I have been able to sit down and film a video, but I have been seeing so many different trends happening for this year, and there's also a bunch of trends I still like from last year. So I just wanted to sit down and talk about that today. So let's get right into it. So the first trend I want to talk about is one that I'm wearing right now, which is mohair. Now, mohair is a really fun trend that you can try out, and it doesn't even have to be a sweater. You could definitely try wearing it in a scarf or another accessory. But when it comes to sweaters, there's a ton of different options out there, and the cool thing is depending on the knit, it can look completely different. So I actually thrifted this mohair sweater, and it still was a little bit pricey because mohair is just kind of a more expensive knit to buy. But I would definitely suggest looking around your thrift store if you're looking to buy a mohair sweater. Otherwise, if you just want the fuzzy sweater kind of look, I would recommend searching eyelash knit sweaters or just searching fuzzy sweaters online, and you're sure to find something that will be pretty similar and definitely a lot better priced. So the second trend that I want to talk about is one that I'm actually personally so excited for, and that is earmuffs. Earmuffs have definitely been part of that new ballet aesthetic that has come about in 2022, and they're cute, they're practical, and they keep your ears warm without having to wear a beanie. So if you're not really like a beanie person, I would say that earmuffs are a really good choice. Now, a lot of different types of earmuffs have gotten popular lately. I've seen the Overland Sheep Company earmuffs become really popular, and those are pretty expensive. So you definitely don't have to get those. I would say there's a lot of different options. I'm sure you could find some at H&M, or if you want to support someone local, you could go on Etsy and try to find some earmuffs. The great thing about this trend too is that earmuffs can come in a lot of different prices, like I said. So if you know that this is something you're going to be wearing a lot, you could go on the higher end of the spectrum. But if you're not so sure, you could also just try something a little bit cheaper and just see how you like it. So this next trend I want to talk about is a little bit controversial, and that's fur. Fur has been everywhere lately. You can see it in high-end stores, you can see it in your mainstream stores, celebrities are wearing it, influencers are wearing it. It truly is everywhere. Now, if you want to take advantage of the fur or faux fur trend, I would definitely recommend starting at your thrift store. That is the most ethical way to get either side of the fur controversy, you could call it, if you're looking for the most ethical option. The nice thing about faux fur is that it still can look really luxurious and add a really nice touch to your wardrobe, even if you are buying on the cheaper end. However, if you do choose to invest and go full out in a real fur coat, definitely know that it will keep you very, very warm. These coats are not just to look fancy and not just something you see in the movies. They will really, really keep you warm, and they really might be a good investment for your wardrobe. So I would recommend looking at the thrift store first if you are thinking about investing in real fur. So this next thing isn't really a trend, it's more just something that I really want that's been out of stock for a while, and those are the Reebok Club Double C shoes. They are so cute. I feel like they're kind of an elevated, different Air Force One. I want the ones that have the black stripe on it. I just feel like they would go with everything. They're so classic, you know, part of the white sneaker trend that has been around for such a long time and really isn't going away because of how practical and easy to style they are. Platform boots. These got popular, I would say, probably mostly last year in 2021, maybe a little bit in 2020. But for good reason. Platforms can be styled so many different ways, whether you like more of an edgy fashion or something more girly, and anything in between. There's so many different options for platform shoes and platform boots. Going into 2022, we will probably start seeing even more of the platform Mary Janes that have been coming out. Maybe we'll phase out of the Naked Wolf style boots that got really popular last year, but honestly, I'm not sure that we really need to. I think that those boots are great, and as we see more types of platforms come into the scene, I think it's awesome because they're so much more comfortable to walk in than heels. And like I said, they can be styled so many different ways. The great thing about platforms too is that they look good on you whether you're short or you're tall, and they make your legs look incredible. Every time I see pictures of somebody wearing the Naked Wolf boots, their legs look amazing. So this is a great trend for a lot of different people. If you're a little scared to jump right into the platform boot trend, maybe try out a platform sneaker or a platform sandal and see how you like it. This next one may again be a little bit controversial because it's either something you love or you hate, and it is the balaclava. These started getting popular last year, I would say, and they've definitely become a lot more mainstream. I've seen a lot of different websites selling balaclavas, and they come in a lot of different styles. You get the partial hooded ones and then ones that go completely up over your face and cover your nose. There's so many options for these, and they just seem so nice and warm, even just for the practicality. Like, if you're looking at it and you think this is the ugliest thing ever, just imagine all the times that you've walked outside in the cold and your nose is so freezing, and how nice it would be. It's like a ski mask without having to look like you're going to rob somebody. So I personally love this trend just for that fact that it's becoming trendy and you don't look like a robber really so much when you're wearing a balaclava. These are also just super practical in the COVID era that we are unfortunately still in. If you are going shopping, I don't know if it would necessarily count as a mask, but if you're just looking for something to protect your face, this is still a really great option for that. Another really cool thing about balaclavas is that they come in so many cool different knit patterns. So if you're definitely somebody who likes something more funky, you can for sure find some fun balaclava knits on places like Etsy, or you can go ahead and find something a little bit more minimalistic if that's more your style. So this last one doesn't really have a specific name, but I'm calling it funky knits. And I would say this would count as a funky knit. It's got this interesting little pattern on it, and you can find these really everywhere. I've seen them everywhere from literally Target to high fashion brands creating knits like this. So if you want to try it out, I think that you definitely have a lot of options in terms of finding it in different places and at different prices. I've tended to see a lot more color incorporated in this year's knitting patterns, a lot of 60s and 70s inspired, both colors and also patterns. The great thing about this trend is that it can fit a lot of different fashion aesthetics. So for me, I tend to have a bit of a more minimal style, so something like this that is more of a subtle print and has more earth tones definitely suits me a lot better. But if you want a fun and bright pop of color, you can definitely find that in today's market. So those are my favorite trends from last year to this year, and I'm really excited to try out some of these trends. Let me know if there are any that you plan on trying out this year or that you already love and hope to see continue. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!